28 January 2022. Morning Murli. Om Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, have true love for the one God. Only bring worthy, not unworthy, children to this court of Indra. Question. What effort should you continue to make in order to win the biggest lottery of all for 21 births? Answer. Make full effort to remember the Parlokik bridegroom and to follow his Srimad. If your intellect is caught up in anyone's name or form, then continue to remove your intellect yoga from that. At night, when you have time, remember the Father with love and imbibe divine virtues, and you will win a lottery for 21 births. Song. Neither will he be liberated from us, nor will we turn away. Om Shanti. It is only here that there is sorrow. The Father comes to liberate you from sorrow, because it has been explained to you children that Krishna cannot come here. There isn't any sorrow in his land. Only in the land of Kans, the devil, is there sorrow. The land of Krishna is the land of elevated deities. We have now become those who imbibe divine virtues. If we continue to have devilish traits, we won't receive a good status in the deity community. If we don't receive a status now, we don't receive it for cycle after cycle. That would be a great loss. That profit and loss is just for the one birth, but this is a question of birth after birth. There are good and bad actions. In the golden age, just good actions are performed. Ravan, who makes you perform bad actions, doesn't exist there. Whatever actions someone performs here, he has to receive the fruit of that for 21 births. You either follow Srimad or devilish directions. When you perform wrong actions, it means you have followed devilish directions. Everything is very quickly known. There has to be full love for Baba. When you don't love God, it means you love devils. Here, you have received God's love. It is said, Ishwar means God, Baba. You promise that you will only love the one. So then, if you love anyone else, that is like loving devilish ones. You yourselves then became devilish. They have a story in which an angel took a person who enlisted in vice into a court of Indra. That person was not a worthy child, but an unworthy vicious person, and so both were thrown down below. Because of not having full knowledge, some people bring others here who are unable to remain pure. So the BKs who bring such people here also became cursed. That other person is already cursed anyway. Thus is the God's court of knowledge of Indra. Only the one Father reigns the reign of knowledge. So only after careful consideration should you bring someone here. Otherwise, even the person who brings someone else here becomes cursed. You are spiritual guides and you bring others to the Supreme Spirit. Therefore, you need to be very cautious when you bring them here. In fact, many people come to meet Baba. Baba has to meet some of them. However, the day will come when, no matter how great a person may be, if he isn't pure, he won't be allowed to come. If that were to be done now, it would be very difficult. The destination is very high. None of those ashrams and spiritual gatherings has any aim or objective. They don't understand what benefit there is in something. Here, the aim and objective is written in big letters. You have to change from humans into deities. The Sikh sing, it didn't take God long to change humans into deities. Deities exist in the golden age. Therefore, it would definitely have been God who changed human beings into deities. What does God make others into? Into gods and goddesses. However, we call them deities because God is only one. Even Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar are residents of the subtle region. Lakshmi and Narayan are still human beings, but with divine virtues. Those with divine virtues then definitely became those with devilish traits. Establishment is now taking place through Brahma. Baba says, I come into the impure world in an impure body. This one and his dynasty take the full 84 births. That one is the purifier of the impure. How could Krishna purify the impure? Krishna only exists once with that name and form. His identical image will only be found again after 5000 years. However, he has many other different births. That Lakshmi and Narayan are the world mother and world father at this time. They are aware that they will become those in their next birth. The features that they have now will change. You can now go to the subtle region and see what features Lakshmi and Narayan will have in the golden age. You can have a vision of that at this time. It is a wonder that no one else can have these visions. You can see an accurate vision of this one. However, that photograph cannot be taken here. These photos have been created here. You know that they will become those in the future. The accurate picture of Guru Nanak will be created again in 5000 years' time. Only you know those things. There has to be very good yoga with such a father. It has to be unadulterated yoga. If there is love for anyone's name or form, that is adulterated. At the time when the worship of shivbaba first begins, it is called unadulterated devotion. They worship Shiv alone. Now there has to be remembrance of the one shivbaba alone. The father says it should not be that at the end your intellect's yoga becomes adulterated. If you are trapped in anyone's name or form, continue to take your intellect away from that. Maya is such that she will make you stumble around in many places. Sometimes you will remember your friends and relatives. It is not possible that you would instantly be able to connect yourselves in yoga. Baba says no one has become complete yet. This lottery of 21 births is the biggest of all. Very good effort is required for this. Maya is very powerful. She quickly makes you forget. This too is fixed in the drama, and this is why you should make effort to remember Baba at night. During the day, you don't have time to remember the paralokik bridegroom at night. You will become elevated by following Srimad. They have said that the God of the Gita is Sri Krishna, the elevated one, and have lost the name of the one who made him elevated. The virtues of Krishna and the virtues of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, should definitely be spoken of, and then the idea of omnipresence would be blown away. Thus is the confluence age, and it is called the beautiful, benevolent age. Neither the golden age nor the iron age would be called an auspicious age. That which is benevolent is said to be auspicious. The golden age is benevolent anyway. Before then, there was the age that was non-benevolent. So all the praise is of the confluence age when shivbaba incarnates. Baba says, I come at the confluence age of the cycle. The cycle ends and then a new one begins. The iron age is of the old cycle and the golden age is of the new cycle. Thus is the confluence age of the cycle. They have then spoken of God coming in every age. Okay, in that case, there are four confluence ages. The confluence of the golden and silver ages, the confluence of the silver and copper ages, the confluence of the copper and the iron ages, and the confluence of the iron and golden ages. Therefore, there should be four incarnations. So why do they then speak of 24 incarnations? All of these things have to be imbibed. Baba very easily made you write about what is your relationship with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Since you speak of the Supreme Father, you definitely have two fathers. All of these things are explained at the exhibitions, but no one understands them that much. Not a single person has that faith. Although they come and listen to a Murli, it doesn't sit in their intellect that Baba is their father, that they have to claim their inheritance from him and also follow his Srimad. Thousands will come, but not a single one has the faith that he is their father and that they have to follow his directions. First of all, you should see the face of your mother and father. However, some don't have that faith. Maya is very powerful. It takes a lot of effort to free you from that powerful Maya. The father says those who defame the Sadguru cannot reach their destination. If there is bad behavior, you won't be able to reach your destination. Here, your aim and objective is very clear. The path of devotion continues for half the cycle. That is the stage of descending. It is sung by taking the name of the Guru. You go into the stage of ascending. But which Guru? The Sadguru. You know the Sadguru. He is shivbaba. He is the true Baba, the true teacher, and the Sadguru means the true Guru. By remembering shivbaba, you go into the stage of ascending. You become 16 celestial degrees full. Then from 16 degrees, you have to come down. People say that they want to become free from that, but no one can be liberated from it. There is the stage of ascending, the stage of descending, and then the stage of ascending again. You have to go around the cycle of becoming Satopradhan, Sato, Rajo, and Tamo, and then Sato from Tamo. Everyone has to go around the cycle. You go around the whole cycle, whereas others go around part of the cycle. Everyone has to go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. A baby is called Satopradhan. Then, when the baby grows a little, he is said to be in the Sato stage. In his adolescent stage, he is said to be Rajo, and when he becomes mature, he is in the Tamo stage. A part of happiness and sorrow is fixed for each one. This play, which no one knows about, is very wonderful. The behavior of those who come from royal families is very good. Here, you have to follow Srimad. Not everyone can follow to the same extent. Baba explains, rather than becoming maids and servants and then becoming third-class kings and queens, it is better to become one of the wealthy subjects, make donations and perform charity and become wealthy. At least you won't then receive the title of a maid or servant. Although maids and servants go into the royal family, the wealthy ones are happier than they are. They don't have the title of maid or servant, but become one of the very wealthy subjects instead. While living here, if you don't follow Srimad, you become maids and servants. While staying here, if you perform any wrong actions, you become servants of the servants. Some are very good servants and some are respectless servants. Therefore, you should make very good effort. Thus is why Baba writes, send the certificates of the children. Some sit down, considering themselves to be very clever. However, who is going to report them so that they could be cautioned? It is Baba's duty to explain to you. There is the full aim and objective. Make whatever efforts you want and definitely be threaded in the rosary of victory. There is the rosary of 8, the rosary of 108, and also the rosary of 16,108. There are few kings and queens in the viceless world. Latter, there are many of them. Most of them would be in Bharat. There are so many towns. There are so many kings and queens, and then so many of their princes and princesses. There are so many of them. They make a huge list. There is the emperor, then the king, and then those of his family. The main names are inserted in the directory. There they have one son and one daughter. The calculation is very complicated. Nevertheless, the father says, remember the unlimited Father from whom you have to receive your inheritance. You have to live at home with your families. This is the pure family path. Because people do not know God, they call themselves God. They continue to go around the cycle of birth and death. There continues to be untimely death, and they even continue to have themselves called God. You know that deities never have an untimely death. When the time comes to an end, they have a vision that they have to shed the old body and take a new one. These are matters that have to be understood very well. Simply remember one Baba, don't wander around, trapped in anyone's name or form. Otherwise, you will fall. Baba has to uplift those of all kinds. Shivbaba has incarnated in this one. You mustn't compete with this one. Maya brings many storms, became very strong like Hanuman, so that Maya, Ravan cannot shake you. Adidev is also called Mahavir, means Hanuman. They have simply given him that name. Among the children, some are Maharathis. The practical matters are of this time. Those who are not massaged by the knowledge appear to have wilted. Look how cheerful and entertaining Lakshmi and Narayan, who had the massage of knowledge, are. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point. Make elevated effort to claim a high status by keeping your aim and objective in front of you. Let your behavior be very royal and continue to follow Srimad. Second point. Don't remember the name or form of any bodily being. Make effort to stay in unadulterated remembrance of the one Father. Blessing. May you be a world transformer who does unlimited service with the power of your powerful mind and your good wishes. Explanation. For world transformation, souls who have a powerful, subtle stage are needed. Those who can transform many souls with their attitude and elevated thoughts. Unlimited powerful service take place through the power of a powerful mind with good wishes and pure feelings. So do not have these feelings for just yourselves, but also transform others with your good wishes and pure feelings. Souls who keep a balance are able to do unlimited service and serve the world. So become a world transformer with the balance of feelings and knowledge, love and yoga. Slogan. Put the hand of your intellect into BapDada's hand and you will not be shaken by an ocean of test papers. Om Shanti. Experience the stage of being merged in love. Since the mind belongs to the Father, then how can you focus your mind on Him? How can you love Him? This question cannot arise because you are always merged in love and have become an embodiment of love and a master ocean of love. So, you do not have to love. You have become an embodiment of love. The more the rays and light of the sun of knowledge increase, the more waves of love there are. Om Shanti